Express your message in signs. Hi, I'm Julie Fei Fan Balzer, your host. I'm going to show you how to make a partyscape with the most basic of supplies. We're basically talking about markers, paper, some cutting implements, and a little bit of adhesive. So here is how we're gonna get started. We're gonna be making these amazing little cupcake picks. They're totally adorable. They're floral, they're pretty, they're colorful, they have just a little touch of bling. So the first thing we're gonna do is basically take a white piece of cardstock and start to color. Now this is not gonna be hard coloring. This is gonna be anybody can do a kind of coloring. So there you go. I've started to color and that wasn't very hard. So I'm taking yellow as the center, and then I'm gonna kind of go around with my marker, going around on the other side. Now these are opaque paint markers, so if you go over anything, it's gonna cover the previous layer, so I'm really not worried about making a mistake or doing anything like that, but you can see again, my incredible coloring skills. But I always think art should be fun. And another thing I'm gonna do, you can see I've taken my yellows and my pinks, is I'm also now gonna take some greens. And again, I'm doing some incredible drawing, stripes, any other, motif that you think would be fun to do. You can do some circles, color them in, and again, you can see that's opaque, so it covers it up. You're just playing around and having a good time. And I do like to mix in the metallics with my mattes, because I think that the metallic just adds that little bit of shine that makes it super duper special. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take a paint marker, and I'm just gonna shake it up. Now this one's already started, but I'll depress the tip to make sure. And then I'm gonna draw a basic flower shape. So that's just a circle, and then a sort of petal shape. And remember that nature is one of the most forgiving things to draw because everything in nature is unique and kind of wonky. There isn't a lot of perfect symmetry. So it makes it perfect to just play around with. Once I have all my parts laid out on my cardstock, and I could be making hundreds of these and do them with your kids, have lots of fun, I'm simply gonna take a small pair of scissors and I'm gonna cut around the flower. And you can see I'm just guiding the paper through here as I cut, and I happen to have one which already has the flower cut out. You can see it right there, and I've even put a piece of foam adhesive on the back. Also notice that I've colored the back with a metallic marker because you'll be able to see the back and the front. So I'm gonna remove the second layer of adhesive from the top of this foam adhesive. And then I've taken a bamboo skewer that you would use maybe for a barbecue, kebab or something, and I've simply snipped it with a big pair of scissors so it's a little bit shorter for my cupcake pick. I'm gonna stick it onto the foam adhesive that's right there. So my flower has been started. Now I cut a circle out of a piece of paper, again, that was just colored with a metallic pink marker. And now I'm going to fringe it. And fringing it is easy to do. You just take your small scissors and keep clipping, clipping, clipping. And once you've fringed it all up, you'll have something that looks like this. And I've even added a little adhesive pearl. And you can buy adhesive pearls and diamonds and all sorts of colors, anything you want in lots of sizes. You just stick it right on there. And again, there's foam adhesive. So I'm simply gonna remove the foam adhesive from the back, and then I flip the flower over, and I'm gonna place it right in the center. And you can see how that little lift of foam adhesive in the fringe adds so much to the flower. Out of the green area of the paper, I've cut 3 shapes, and I wanna show those to you right here. You can see it's 2 leaf shapes, which are basically a teardrop, and then a longer shape, which is basically 2 teardrops that are connected. I've put a piece of foam adhesive right in the center, and you'll notice it's on the front side. The reason for that, and you'll see it, is I'm going to remove that, and now I'm going to place it so that the leaves face forward, just like so. And now you can see how cool that is. And then all I would do is add a little bit of adhesive onto the tips of these leaves. You can use whatever adhesive you like. I do like a tape runner. It's just sort of quick and easy. And you can add them in kind of a fun angle. Another fun thing you'll notice that I've done, if I flip these over, is I have also used a gold paint marker to color the backs of these so that they look really, really pretty. The final touch is just to take a fine pen, write whatever your saying is that you want on there. It could be happy birthday, congratulations, you're awesome, whatever it is, and just wrap it around. Oops, put it on right side up. That's always a good thing. There you go. And boom, now my cupcake pick is ready for action, and it's just gonna slide right into the cupcake like that. So we're gonna take that same idea now and we're gonna do it but with a napkin ring. So napkin rings are fairly easy to make. You can see I've scribbled around, all my different patterns are here, you know, I've drawn some flowers, but here's the trick, the secret sauce, which I'm gonna give you only. If I flip this paper over, you'll be able to see I've drawn with a pencil 2 parallel lines and a flower shape, right? Now you'll notice that here I've colored in with yellow this area, and that's because this is what is going to make the napkin ring functional. I want to make sure that these yellow areas are completely attached, so I'm going to cut out this petal. If you're a little confused by what I'm talking about, let me give this a cut and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So I'm just going to go ahead with my craft knife and I'm going to cut around the back end of this petal. I do not want to cut any of what would be the yellow area in the diagram below. And what you can see is, if I have cut all the way through, there you go, right? I now have essentially a petal that has come out through here, right? So I have one which I've already cut all the way, and you can see, boom, there are those magic petals. And if I flip it over, you can see the drawing that I've done, right? It's 2 lines, there's the flower shape, and I was just very careful to only cut out those little petals. And that's what's gonna make the napkin ring out of a single piece of paper. It just folds around, you can see it there, folding around, okay? But we wanna make it even more special. So just like before when we outlined with the silver marker, I have outlined here, I place it down like that, you can see. I've done the same technique where I have a gold square with some dots on it, I've fringed it, I've added a pearl, and I've added some foam adhesive, and if I bring that on over to my flower, you'll be able to see how we're very quickly adding all of these elements, including leaves and all sorts of stuff, to make this a really special napkin ring. And if we look over at our finished napkin rings, I think you'll see all these little paper and marker elements really combine to make this an adorable little scape. Now, you can do so much with your markers. How about banners? You can see these gorgeous banners up here, and those are just made from scribbling out some big pieces of paper with your markers, whether you want to do metallic on black or a plaid on white. Just really cool ideas with simple supplies.